Ronnie here from Four Wheeling in Western Australia. You're watching Modified episode number 22, where we feature vehicles that have been modified for everyday use and for driving. Let's meet the owner of this vehicle. Josh, how you going?
Good, Ronnie. How are you, mate?
Not too bad. So do you want to tell our audience what make and model this is?
This is a 2012 Mitsubishi Triton MN GLXR, 2.5 litre turbo diesel. The transmission is a 5-speed manual with the factory diff lock fitted in it.
On to bar work now. Josh, what have we got, mate?
So I got fitted the ARB Deluxe winch bar, and then down here I got the Warn XD 9,000 pound winch cable.
You happy with the cable?
Absolutely love the cable. Like the old man was in the army, that's all you ever use, so just hand it down, and I know that for work I use all that, so I quite like the cable, yeah. And
notice you've got a rather large bash plate here.
Absolutely. Fitted the ARB bash guards that go from the bull bar right down your transfer case just to add for that added protection when I'm on the rocks and whatnot.
It's the one the mechanics love, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Well, let's move on to your side rails and side steps.
So fitted the ARB scrub bars side steps just to match with the bull bar, and I reckon they're a big must because I've come across a kangaroo, and if I didn't have this on, my car would have been a write-off.
Oh, so you had a quarter impact?
Yeah, the head hit the bull bar and the body hit the scrub bar, which bashed my quarter panel in, and I left a nice little tail dent on the side of my car. Instead of just a new door, and a new door like it was, it would have been a whole new car.
Yeah, definitely. It's good to hear you're using it, maybe not for those.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can tell you've hit a lot of scrubs here too.
I definitely rely on them, definitely.
Your paintwork looks as good as mine. Have a rear bar in this vehicle because it has a tray. We'll cover that when we get to the rear. Roof rack though. So I notice you've got awning up there.
Yep, so I fitted a Camp Tracks Foxwing awning. That's the best thing I ever did. The roof bars are just surf bars from Tom's tow bars, and I fitted some camp lights around the top of it to add for that extra lighting of a night time.
What do you normally carry up there?
Fan flag, I've flag up there, and not really much else. It's just useless at the moment. I was looking at getting like a flat rack to put up top there so I can start putting the table up there and wood and whatnot.
Any plans for a roof rack on the front of the cab?
I have thought about just putting two just bars,
sports bars?
Just sports bars, so I can mount the big shovel and the high lift jack up there.
And they'll just be for that then?
Yeah, that's it.
So lights and comms.
So for lights, I've got two 9-inch LED spotlights to put out 15,000 looms of light each, which is a hell of a lot of light. Just a 20-inch light bar, 80 watt it puts out. That just does the spread of the lights, and the two spotties do the distance, which is an awesome combination for me.
Oh, so these are more like a pencil then?
Yeah, these are the spots, so that, yeah, they do the pencil side, and then the LED bar light just does the flood.
Comms? So
I've got the GM ETX 3540 UHF with the 4.5 decibel UHF aerial.
Good range?
Yeah, I've had no dramas with it so far.
Yeah. So you run the 40 or 80 channel radio?
I've got the 80 channel radio fitted in my car.
Okay. And we saw your lights on the roof rack before. We'll start with your tyres, Josh.
No dramas. So what I got fitted, I got back sun Razor 16-inch trims fitted.
Offset?
They're a positive 30 offset they are. And then around them I've got the Mickey Thompson MTZ 265 75 R16s. Absolutely lovely tyre, I love them.
How long you had the tyres for?
I've had the tyres since the car was brand new. I think I had 5,000 Ks on the clock before I arrived to the tyre shop and swapped them out with these. And I've had these for like last 3 years now. These are just brand new, but I've just changed them out. But the other ones are about 2.5 years old when I changed them out.
That's not bad. So how many Ks?
I've about 60,000 Ks I've got on those old tyres.
Yeah. And your lift?
At the front I got heavy duty coilovers with Old Man Emu heavy duty coilovers and shocks. At the back of the car I got Old Man Emu shock absorbers with the Sachs 3 SDS leaf springs. As the car gets more weighty, it reacts upon itself, which helps lift it back up, which has made an absolute big difference for my car.
What did you have before in the back?
Old Man Emu constant 800 kilo springs, and they couldn't hold it. They went up for the job.
Okay, so constant 800. And
constant 800. And these are 3-stage dynamics. As you put weight on it, they react upon each other, help lift it back up again.
Unicorn tray, I can see.
Yes, unicorn tray. Medium duty aluminium tray, just that bit of toughness, but also to give the lightness. I had a steel tray before, yes, very heavy. Roughly about 300-400 kilos difference between this tray and the steel tray.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Oh, it made a big difference.
We'll talk about your locker, which is under there. And you were mentioning how the factory locker on these is an air locker?
Yeah, I didn't know myself. I thought it would come as electric, but underneath the tray there's a tiny little compressor that obviously engages your diff lock and not.
Before we have a look inside, so you got a water tank here.
Yep.
Is that a 30 litre or something?
Yes, 30 litre water tank.
30
Yep.
litre. Got your soap there, handy spot. Does that get coated in mud when you go through the mud?
Minimal, very minimal, yeah.
Toolbox?
No, this is my battery box. I've got a battery
box.
and my fuse panel and everything's inside there for all my power stuff at the back of the tray.
Ah, that's a cool spot to put it.
Dust free, so no worry about water and mud getting in there, so it all stays nice and neat and clean.
Canvas, does it, how does it seal? People like to know that one.
To be honest with you, when I'm in a convoy and I'm behind, it doesn't seal that well. I get a bit of dust in there, but when I'm in front, there's no dramas at all. I've just said before, I'm looking at maybe running a bit of seal, a bit of foam along the drop sides. That way it gives that bit more of a seal to help bubble out the canopy.
So you're talking so it's a bit tighter
here?
So.
That's correct, yeah, something along the lines of under there, yeah.
So we're now inside the tray and we're going to have a look, we'll look at your fridge first.
Right, so I've got the ARB 47 litre fridge freezer. It's got the accessible bit where you can take the lid fully out so you can get in there with the hose or whatever you want to clean your fridge out with. And at the bottom of the fridge, it's got a little drain plug which you can remove. So if you want to use a hose like I do, give it a good wash down and just drains out the bottom so you don't have to worry about removing the fridge. And also on the fridge, I've got the MSA drop down fridge slide, which makes it a lot easier to get to the entire fridge when you pull it out. Drop from that 300ml, which gives it more access, like user friendly to get into your fridge.
Are they one size fits all fridges, or you got to buy specifically to the fridge slide?
Yeah, yeah, that's right. Yeah, there's different types. When you go to buy, it gives you a range of what type of fridge, how many litres your fridge is, so I can match it.
Oh, cool. Battery or power box?
So the power box, my old man built this for me. It's got a Baintech little power panel. So it's got 2 cigarette plugs, 1 USB inlet, and then switches so I can turn my inner tray light on. And then on the side of it, I've got 3 switches, which turns my awning lights on. 1 for the floodlight, and then 1 for the 3 lights on my surf bars on the top of my car.
Cool. And is this one, you can turn it around?
Yeah, this is all, turn it around, angle it whichever way you want to. So I'm thinking about moving it, putting it somewhere else.
Security sensor?
Security sensor, which is yet to move in, just to stop the crooks from trying to break into my car like I have 4 times. So
essential mod?
Every man must have that at the side of his car.
Oh, when you close this, it's still there.
Yeah.
Cool. Toolbox?
In the toolbox, I got just spare belts, my radio hoses, and then all my recovery kits in there, plus a little bit of camping gear.
And you got 2 max tracks there.
2 max tracks, yeah.
Fire extinguisher.
Fire extinguisher, and then at the back, on the other side of the fridge, I've got a twin cylinder ARB compressor, which I absolutely love. And then beside that, I've got an extra 50 litre fuel tank from Boab. It just gravity feeds into my main tank when I turn the tap on.
Oh, you got struts as well.
Yes, yeah.
Cool. All right, so what have we got here?
What I've done in the engine bay is pretty much it all looks stock, but I fitted the Provan oil catch can, which is probably the best thing I've ever fitted to my car. The amount of oil I've caught, that is absolutely ridiculous.
So you got a snorkel for your air intake, which you mentioned you had K&N for.
Fitted the K&N filter to help breathe easier, and you get that awesome turbo sound at the snorkel. I've just recently fitted, you can't really see it, but the cross-country intercooler kit to help it cool a little bit better.
Oh, front mounted?
Yeah, front mounted, so you can see it down there, tucked away.
Oh, yeah.
Other than that, I got just a yellow top gel AGM battery, just stop, maintenance free. And then other than that, just a little fuse panel behind my battery box, so it keeps all my fuses in one spot, they're easy to get to, and diagnose an electrical fault.
And you got a second battery, but that's at the back.
Yeah, that's right. Second battery's in the box underneath the tray.
Excellent. Well, it looks pretty tidy on here.
Thank you very much.
You've obviously hit a few puddles.
Yes.
Looks like that bash plate must stop a lot of water coming up here.
Actually, quite surprising it does, but when I go full drive and go through mud, engine bay does get quite dirty, but that's when I spend the next 2 hours out here washing it all down.
Well, you've done a good job, because it looks like one you get at the car yard they've detailed.
I've been buying it from brand new, it's been pretty close to me, so I'll try to keep it as clean as I can for as long as I can.
Yeah, well, that's it. This is the most important area to keep clean too.
Absolutely. So I've just got a 3-inch straight through exhaust, poked out the side, brings in the turbo a little bit earlier than stock, which was brings in 1400 RPM instead of 2000 RPM.
Oh, that's a pretty big difference. Now in the interior of Josh's cab on the Triton, and Josh, we're just quickly going through it before we're going to record it, but you mentioned something about a battery, you got a battery switchover.
Yeah, so in the engine bay I've got just a little Red Arc Smart Start solenoid. I've just taken the Smart Start out of it and just used as a normal solenoid, and that's the override button. So I ever get the case, leave the lights on or whatever, I have a flat battery, just push that little momentary switch in, connects the rear batteries up, and boom, away I go, I can start my car up.
Okay, so you just hold it down momentarily?
Yeah, hold it down, turn the car on and let go of it once the car's started.
Yeah. Will that benefit if you're winching, like holding it down while you're winching? Because then you got
Had the power of the two batteries together. It's a possibility that it would do, yeah, for sure. It might have more power then.
All right, you got your compressor switch here.
Compressor, yeah, so compressor switch on the left and my driving light switch on the right. Up top I have my dual batteries 1 and 2 on there, and EGT and boost, so I can just keep an eye on that.
Oh, you got double gauge in this one and double gauge in that one?
Yep.
Okay. So what's your EGTs running?
Highway about 350 to 400 on the highway, and today driving around the beach around 450, 500 if not higher from anything hard.
Turbo timer, I noticed before?
Yeah, I've got a Nikon Auto Turbo Timer. It has a little neat feature that hook it up to your handbrake light, and if someone tries to steal your car when it's running, you put your handbrake down, 3 seconds later the car automatically turns off.
And your radio?
My UHF radio, I've got the mount there, but the unit itself actually sits underneath the centre console there, so it's nice and tucked out of the way.
Yeah.
And it's got a little external speaker on the left here so I can hear people talk. Fitted just 2 USB outlet charge points at the back of the car, so when I got the family members and friends, they don't have to hassle me to use my phone charger to charge their phone.
Yeah, oh, yeah. That's a good idea actually. Your car seat covers, black duck?
Yeah, front and rear black duck canvas car seat covers. That way you don't have to worry about getting in muddy, water or whatever, you just jump in and go. It doesn't stay in your seats.
Yeah, oh, so they're waterproof? Or?
Yes, yeah, yep, love them. Okay. And then just because I've got the canopy, can't see where I'm going reverse, I fitted the ARB reverse camera. Got an inbuilt speaker so you can hear people at the back if you're not really paying attention, but it's an awesome bit of gear. And has the option where you hold down this main button and the camera stays on permanently. So if you're towing a boat or towing a trailer, you can check on your load and make sure it's all together still.
Q&A. So first question, I just went out and bought this model Triton with the locker in. What's the first 3 things you recommend that I do?
Basically everyone says it before, I reckon tyres are a must to help give you the extra grip. And you've got the lift kit to help you, lift kit would be next, so the way you actually get to places without worrying about damaging your car. And then the body protection, your bull bar, scrub bars and side steps. I reckon those are the top three things I reckon to get to the car.
What is the one thing you must have with you when you go four-wheeling?
The company, definitely the company. If you've got good company, you'll have a great time no matter what goes down.
That's fair call. What's the next mod for this vehicle?
Next mod will be definitely probably changing my roof racks in my car. I want to get the flat top roof rack so I can actually start using the top of it, because it's very minimal what I can actually put up there.
Yeah, you can't really put lengthy things up there, right?
Yeah, that's right. They'll definitely make the surf bar. So a nice flat rack definitely is the next one's coming next.
Yeah. Top 3 trips in this vehicle?
Top 3 trips. My number 1 so far would have to be the King stock route. I just love the feeling about being remote, and the size of the sand dunes just awesome out there.
And second?
The second trip would have to be the Holland track. So just the fact that you get to follow like the historic track, and you get to follow with the rabbit-proof fence, and just a nice drive out back. Third trip would have to be down at Yeagra, Pemberton Way. Just the feeling that when you come through the bush, you hit a sand dune, and then you follow the sand dunes over the top, and it's just a massive panoramic view of the beach, just absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, awesome area, that one.
Absolutely love it.
Which vehicle did you have before this one?
2001 single cab 3-litre non-turbo diesel Hilux, my very first car.
Thanks very much for showcasing a vehicle.
Thanks for having me, Ronnie.
No worries at all. So for those guys who wanted a Triton, here's your Triton. You can go to a dedicated page just on this vehicle and what Josh has done to it in the description below or up in the corner there. And feel free to subscribe right here. Take care out in the trucks and trails, and I'll see you in another video.
Cheers.
Catch ya.